Now that we've managed to log in, we'll notice that our name is in the upper right-hand corner of the search page, and that we could begin Google searching from here. In the upper right-hand corner is a grid of 9 squares that contains all of the apps that we're interested in looking at today. So we're going to look specifically at Mail and Drive and Calendar. And these links up top here will take you to each of those major components. So if we start here and look at Mail, it'll bring up Gmail. Now in this case, this is only active for the students. All teachers will continue to use Outlook to access their email. If you're in here working with your students, there are a couple things that you need to know. First of all, to create a new email message, you simply come up here and click Compose, and that should open this new pop-up window down here. Obviously, to is where you put the address, the subject is the topic. You can type in the body here anything that you would like. So if we do that, we can easily go ahead and format that by clicking on this A down the bottom here, and we have the option of choosing numbers or bullets and that sort of thing. If we want to attach a file, we can simply click on the paperclip, just like most other email programs. And if we click that, it brings down a menu from our computer, but we also can choose things from Drive or from a photo or something like that. You'll get used to this later on. You may not need to use it right away. Now, when you're done, in order to send that email, just simply click Send. Now that you've managed to send an email, you need to look and check your own mailbox. And those messages will actually appear right here where it says no new mail right now. I don't have any email messages in that box, but you see those showing up right here. If you want to check and see if you have any email messages that have come in since the last time that the computer updated the page, you can simply click on this refresh button right here. And once again, this only works for students, and the teachers will continue to use Outlook. Now we can easily look at the second app we're going to look at today by once again using the grid up top and clicking on Calendar. The first time that you open up Calendar, it may ask you to do some minor setup, but if you just follow the prompts, you should be in good shape to be able to start using your calendar within minutes. So in order to add an appointment to this calendar, we can do a couple of things. First of all, we can simply click and drag, and then it brings up a description of when the appointment is, and you might want to add a test appointment right there. And if you want to edit more of the details, you can click on Edit Event, and it brings up a little bit more information about where it is, about the description of that event, if you want to add an attachment, if you want to change the color. You have all sorts of options there. Now, when you want to get back, you simply click Save, and you're on your way. Now, if you want to move this event at some point in the future, you can click here on the event and drag the event, and it will update, and it will update any other calendar that's linked to this as well. Now, we can obviously change the view by clicking on day and week and month, and a 4-day calendar, and the agenda view. Go ahead and play with this a little bit and see if it works for you. If clicking and dragging doesn't work for you, you can always use the big red Create button to go ahead and add an event that way, and then you can actually put in the appropriate date and the time and all of that information. I would recommend against using untitled event as the title of your event. But as we can see here, if we make a mistake, double-clicking the event will bring it back. Okay, so we've looked at email, we've looked at calendar, and now we want to look at the Drive. We can access Drive by once again going up to the grid in the upper right-hand corner and clicking on Drive. Once we're in Drive, we can use this location to store any files that we'd like. We actually have 30 gigabytes of storage space here per user. So you can store any school files that you would like right up here on your Google Drive, and they'll be accessible to you from anywhere in the world. Now, in order to keep your Drive organized, you're going to want to create folders. And we can do that by simply coming here and clicking on Create, and then we have the option of a folder. So if we click on that folder, we can call this English, and we've created a folder now for English. Now, we also have an option here to use the little New Folder in My Drive button, but it's helpful as you're beginning to use Drive to recognize that you can do almost everything you need to do in here through the Create button. So now, if we click on our English folder, we can go ahead and actually create a document. And this is really where the power of Google Drive comes in. Google Drive allows you to create a document, a presentation, a spreadsheet, a form, or a drawing without having to use something like Microsoft Word or Excel or PowerPoint. The software to create and view these documents is actually stored in the cloud. So no matter what computer you're on, no matter where you are in the world, if you have an internet connection, you'll have the ability to edit and change and share those documents, presentations, or spreadsheets. While this might not be the right tool if you're going to be doing a document with a lot of fancy formatting, it's a great tool for doing collaborative work when you're working on a document, presentation, or spreadsheet with a number of different people. You can actually all work on this document simultaneously and provide comments and other feedback to the other users right in Google Drive. We could spend hours discussing the possible uses of Google Drive, and we will do that in subsequent videos. However, for this video, let's just take a moment and review the three major components that we've already talked about. So we can access all of the major components of Google Apps by simply using this black toolbar up top. So if we want to go to Mail, we can click on Mail. If we want to go to Drive, we click on Drive. And if we want to go to the calendar, we can click on the calendar. Now there are some other pieces up here, but they're not part of the major components that we're going to explore in this video. The last thing I'd like to do is leave you with a suggestion. The best way to learn Google Apps is to use Google Apps. So please go ahead and sign in and begin using the suite, and as you run into questions, we'll be happy to help you with it.